on, and we're going to be looking for killer bees, of course. Here we are. So let's walk over, and we'll just let people log on. We have a situation. Well, we aren't sure of the situation, actually. We got host in the bee suit. Westward is on the
Hi,
cam.
can you help me put this?
Uh-oh, we're looking at Westward?
We're looking at me.
We're looking at Westward. Yay!
Thank you.
We got to reverse it around, you guys. Stay tuned. Anyway, it's still me, guys. Still Reed. Yay!
Thanks, guys.
Anyway, so Killer Bee guy here. We got a call from a gal who said that her son, who lives next door here, said there's bees. I just saw a bunch of bees on one of our evergreens. Well, everybody down here in this neck of the woods knows to don't risk it. Okay, do not risk it. These are the evergreens, and we don't know what's going on yet. We just got here. We're nervous about it because yesterday we had that emergency where the guy sprayed some Raid in the hole. Nobody got hurt. It was a serious warning and serious learning experience for all concerned. And because if you see bees coming and going from a crack or a hole, all of the wild honeybees in the desert southwest now are genetically Africanized, and they're in all the lower 48 states also. Don't touch them. Don't spray any Raid in the hole. What he did was sprayed some Raid in the hole. They were in a bird hole. We live streamed it yesterday. And they came out, of course, because all he was doing was ringing the doorbell. That's all he was doing. So that was an emergency averted. We got rid of the bees, and so now we're going to assess the situation here. There's one of two possibilities here, and I want Hosh to hear this also, because Hosh has been almost a year doing this, and this time of year is completely different. I know, you've seen one, you've seen them all. Anyway, okay.
I thought we were about to go into our chant.
Have to go into our All right, so there's one of two possibilities here. A ball of bees hanging in a tree, a swarm. Absolutely. It could be actually one of three possibilities. First one, a ball of bees hanging in a tree, a swarm. This time of year, that should not be happening at all, period. European bees would never be doing that. All right, that's more classic Africanization. The second thing it could be, which would be the most dangerous, would be if, say, they're living in the eaves of the house behind these evergreens. Okay, if they're living somewhere, or maybe even in there, because they will build on tree branches and right in tree limbs and build anywhere. So that would be the second and most dangerous one by far. The third possibility is really interesting because in the winter, now there are no wildflowers out, but when bees collect, when they go out in the field foraging, they bring back 4 things from the field. Everybody thinks it's just 2 things, nectar and pollen. No, they bring back 4 things. Water, nectar to turn into honey, pollen, and tree sap.
Oh, yeah, for propolis.
Yep. So in the winter, this time of year, usually it's not until January or February, when these types of trees and other evergreens exude sap. And so that could be the situation that we're getting into. I don't know. I won't know until we get closer and take a look at it. But I wanted to educate everybody on the possibilities here. And of course, Westward, if you see any good comments or any questions, feel free to interrupt me. Everybody out there, it's hard to see, of course, with the lighting. We're in the glaring sun here. In the
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We're in the desert southwest. It's really hard to see the comments. When we get in the shade, it'll be a lot easier if there's any comments. Welcome, you guys. Of course, I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. We got Hosh here. Westward's on the camera. Now, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to carry these in case I need to whip them on quick. And guess who's going to make sure I'm zipped up? Because, when we did that job, the Hereford Hell tree, I went up. Remember, I got stung on the ear, everybody? You can see that on TikTok and YouTube. Oh, God, I got stung on the ear because I get up there all the way up in the bucket truck, and we're monkeying with them, and they're mean. They're coming out, and I look down, and I have both zippers all the way up to here. It's like, those dreams where you're in your high school naked running around? Yeah, it was like that only in real life.
You're lucky only one got in there.
I got one. I got stung right on the ear. It was horrible. I didn't like it very much. Anyway. So,
if anyone wants to send him kisses for his ear, you go right ahead.
Oh, thank you. Somebody asked me, it's a very pertinent subject. What do you put on bee stings when you get stung? I told them, kisses. Yeah, so that's what I need lots of. I don't care anymore. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is a survey. We're going to look at the tree. And what I look at first is to see, one of the indicators, is to look and see if they're all over the tree. Now, I can actually see a little sap right here. You see that? Glistening?
Yeah. I got a wasp.
Oh, no, that's a wasp.
We got bee over here.
We got a bee over here. Now, people that live here know to be concerned because if we're going to actually poke our heads in here and look for a ball of bees hanging anywhere in here, we'll go all the way around both of these trees and look. That smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hear the bees. And yes, killer bees do lose their stinger if they sting you.
Yeah, they're honeybees. They make twice as much honey. That was why they were bred in the first place. But they we're trying to determine what the level of danger is here, or if there is a danger. Now, when they're on, like I was saying before, they bring back 4 things from the field. And so we're looking everywhere here for a ball of bees. It could be up, down, it could be anywhere. They bring back nectar to turn into honey, pollen, another food source for them, water, and tree sap. So this could be, they could be gathering tree sap from here to take back to their own hive. That means there would not be a hive here. If there is a hive here, then we got a lot more serious danger. The problem is whether they're foraging on tree sap to make into propolis, which is the glue that holds the hive together, or if they're collecting nectar or pollen to bring back to the hive, they will forage in a 3-mile radius from their own hive. They will go to the store or the bar 3 miles away. Of course, everybody likes a neighborhood barn, so there's probably a hive under that neighbor's shed or something. But so we're here to ascertain what the degree of threat there is. Now, if we determine that they are just all over the tree, which I don't really see a lot of them.
I'm not seeing
I
a
don't
ball.
see any.
I'm not. You're not seeing a ball either.
Did they say there was a ball in here?
No, he said he saw them all, he said a whole shitload of bees and get over here. And so,
Is it common to have hives in trees like this?
yeah, well, it didn't used to be, but with Africanization, yes, they will build in anything. We've actually removed balls of bees from bumpers of cars that were used daily, literally. Now, I've had people that had trees like this that were allergic, highly allergic to honeybees, and had them cut down. Because even if they're just foraging, you don't want to get stung accidentally if you're, allergic, if you're highly allergic. So we're going to keep looking around and see. I guess I dropped the other one somewhere.
Oh, I put it in the bucket.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm going to let Hosh look around that tree. I'm going to look around here because this is in the shade. And so, you know what, until we find a ball, I'm going to actually undo my net so I can see what the hell I'm looking at. All right, you guys, don't tell me to put my net back on. Not quite yet, because I got to see if... Here's another thing that I would worry about. I've seen it before, is in a situation like this. These bricks are hollow, and I've seen it many times where people will see bees around a tree like this, but they'll be coming from a hollow brick and flying that way. You see what I mean, everybody? So we have to assess and look at every possible situation. This is one of the reasons that we do the removal for Border Patrol, Sheriff, Police, Fire, everybody actually, because we are thorough. We check every possibility. You can't live with them. These are not our grandfather's honeybees. So we have to make sure it's safe. We cannot assume a damn thing. All right, guys? So I'm going to look. Now, these types of bricks are solid bricks, so that's good news. But if there was a hole in the mortar and they were going underground, we just have to look at everything. Now, here's a honey. Here's one right here. There's a bunch of them in here. This makes me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Look at them all. See them?
Yep.
Okay, what the hell's going on here then?
See where the sun
no,
goes?
they could be in a garbage can. Nope. Do you see them all in here, Hosh?
I hear them.
On the windows.
Huh.
Yeah, so
Well,
we're back
show
to
them.
assuming
Can you see them?
we're back to assuming there's a hive somewhere. Now, you know what? With them foraging on all these trees and these trees being so big, it could still be just foragers. Now, if they are foragers, everybody, they're at this time in life, in the evolution of bees, they're not a threat. That doesn't mean, God, I hope that foraging bees don't become a threat to us, because then we're screwed. Ugh,
You didn't see anything in this tree.
I haven't looked in that tree yet.
And
They're actually inside the screen, but we're gonna check outside. There's a few around the bush here.
Nothing?
There are a few on the other side, Reed.
Say that again?
Outside the window on the other side, there are a couple on the bush there.
Okay, well, let's go look over there. We have to look at every possibility. In fact, we're gonna look up on the roof and see if they're going into a vent or something out there.
Yeah.
Someone asked if they're in the barbecue.
Is that a barbecue?
It happens.
Oh, I have
Take a
got,
look, guys. We're on a scavenger hunt here.
no. So of course, if the bees are in a barbecue, then we have to then I have to tell people, well, the safest way is if we remove that and take it home. No, really.
Like a BBQ.
Yeah, barbecue. Oh, I have a bunch of barbecues. I have smokers. I even have a hot tub that I had to haul away. Works fine. Thank you very much.
On the job perks.
Yeah, the perk, huh? So we're still assessing the situation. Now see, all right, here I see them. I'm leaning toward foraging because they're all over the place. You see them? The sun is really beating down. It smells great. Oh my God, it smells good.
I'm coming in closer here.
So once again, if these guys are if they're just foraging on this bush, and they're not in here, not a ball of bees and not living anywhere, then they don't live here. There's nothing we can do.
Oh, there's quite a few up there, yeah?
Yeah, oh, there's a shitload. And I can see why, if he was looking at this and saw this activity, he would go like, oh shit. Anybody that lives here in the desert Southwest, look at that, they're all over right here. But see, they don't care about us at all. These are, I'm leaning toward foraging. But continue looking, Hosh.
Yeah.
Because we want to...
Yeah, they're not in that other tree.
No, they're not in the other tree. And I have seen also situations where down at the base of this, they will live down in a hollow of a root ball where a rodent has made a tunnel underneath, right? Underneath a tree
Yeah.
or a bush. Well, the European bees would not do that, but I've seen lots and lots of...
Wait, I'm gonna go look in these bushes over here.
Okay, very good. Good idea. We gotta survey the whole thing. And she did even say that because it made them so nervous, they're gonna take these trees down. And yeah, I don't really blame them.
Reagan, can you hear us now?
Uh-oh.
No, the mics are on, but she said the mic don't like us today, so I just want to make sure we have good sound.
Okay, which one? TikTok or YouTube?
TikTok.
And that's this one.
Yep.
Okay, is that this one?
Oh, I don't think the mic's on. I don't know.
Well, that's all right. Now they can hear us just fine.
How's that, Reagan?
Can you hear us, Reagan? We unplugged the mic. Sometimes, IT shit.
We're doing our best.
Can you hear us now? Okay, there
It goes in loud and soft. They said it sounds better now, though, someone said.
Okay, awesome.
That's all we can do. Thank you.
Thank you for keeping an eye on it. All right, so I'm going to grab that and look up on the roof. So here's that, if you would hold that. Hi, guys, it's me. All right, so I'm going to look up here and see, and I do not see any activity anywhere. And I don't see any, well, of course, that's open up in here, so that wouldn't be an issue. No hollow bricks anywhere. So I'm really leaning toward foraging bees. But again, now see, in the old days with all European bees, this would be a non-issue. This wouldn't even be a thought. There would be pretty much, even if they were a ball of bees hanging in a tree, so who cares, right? We wouldn't even be called in. But because they're all Africanized, and it was a ball of bees hanging in a tree that killed my good friend Dan Oldfield 2 years ago right here in Bisbee. It was a ball of bees hanging in a tree. So any beekeepers out there that are trying to poo-poo us, swarms of bees are no longer benign. Okay, so you can't trust them. That's the problem with these Africanized bees. You can't trust them. You don't know when they're going to light up. So I don't see any bees here. Yeah, I'm going toward foraging. We're on foraging bees, guys. Anyway, we wanted to educate everybody on this shit because if they're living there, that's a horrible situation. If it's a ball of bees hanging in a tree, second horrible situation. If they're foraging, well, that's like bees on flowers on your fruit trees and shit. You can't really do much about that unless you cut the tree down. And at this stage in the game, there is no reason to do that. Just, enjoy your fruit, basically. And so because these bees collect four things when they're out in the field: nectar to turn into honey, pollen, water, and tree sap. So I'm going to hand this back to you, Westward, and it looks like we're in tree sap land. We're in foraging. See these bees here? This is foraging activity. See that? So let's see if we can find one here. Yeah, there we go. See, she's sniffing around trying to collect. Here's another one right over here. See them? So these are foraging bees. Well, this is really, really good news for the homeowner. All right? They're not a threat, because if I even had an inkling they were after getting stung, I would have my net on and be screaming like a little girl. But this is really good news for the homeowner. Really, really good news. No
How do we
infestation.
get rid of the foraging bees?
Say it again?
How do we get rid of foraging bees? Is there a way?
We cut the tree down, which these guys are actually going to do. They're going to actually remove the trees I don't know if somebody's highly allergic or not, but they don't want to risk Africanized bees. And of course, I tell people don't cut the tree down unless you're highly allergic or just going to cut it down anyway, because that's not going to stop them from coming around and sniffing around. We've removed balls of bees from bumpers of cars that were used daily. Really, you know, these Africanized bees are so damn rare. But yeah, look at them all. As it warms up a little bit more, they're just all over the place.
No, guys, we don't use smoke anymore for these bees.
No, they don't care. Africanized bees don't care about smoke. I haven't used smoke for about 13 or 14 years. And realize, everyone, I've been dealing with these guys for 30 years. They came into Arizona in 1993, and by 1998, 100% of them were Africanized. And you watch some of our other vids, we have Q&As, question and answers, and watch our pinned vids on TikTok, because they explain a lot of what I'm talking about. And you'll also learn about how when they come in to pollinate, what to think is a threat, what is a danger. At this point in the game, these guys, thank God, the homeowner's good to go. So, yay, there was no threat, nobody got stung, but they can't risk it. And you see how that is now here in Arizona? Too many people have died. Every week in Cochise County in the summer, they kill a dog, a horse, or a goat. And so people that live here know. They say, if you think there's a threat of bees, give us a call and we will come and assess the situation. We'll do a survey. So we're on to foraging bees, right, Hosh? This is it.
Well, but my question is that I'm going to walk around the perimeter of this house.
Yeah, well, they will come from up to a 3 mile. These bees are foraging bees.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So go
I
ahead.
wonder if they've got a water meter box.
Well, it might be out there, but you know what? We can't survey every inch of every place in the county. I mean, we love to go bee hunting, and yeah, we looked all around the frontier, and there's nothing.
What about out back?
Yeah, well, there's nothing. I mean, we went around the side, but once again, how many? Are we going to check every shed and every yard? No, we have to wait for people to call.
I just got
Yeah, I saw that one fly right by you. Yeah, exactly. So again, foraging bees. At this point in the game, there is no reason to stop them. There is no way to stop them. They're going to go home with the goods and perpetuate the species, basically. So, okay, anybody have any good questions for us or anything you can tell?
Let's see.
We sure love having you guys along. Thanks for coming. We just wanted to bring you to educate you about what the possibilities are.
They want to know how your leg's doing today.
Yeah, it sucks, actually. Thanks for asking. I did get I talked to the doctor last night, and it was a squamous cell cancer, whatever that is. I just like the word squeamish. I had squeamish on my leg, and which apparently is, if you're going to have something like that, is the best kind. But she was very optimistic. She said they got it all. They cut it all out. There's nothing left. Glory, hallelujah. Big ass gash on my leg, and it hurts like a son of a bitch. But she said, and I have to go back next week to have some of the stitches out or all, depending on, they had to close up. That's disgusting, you guys. But they have to keep an eye on it, because it's apparently the kind that it goes into your bloodstream, you're fucked. And so I'll have to go in periodically and make sure that no new ones have come in. How do you get that on the back of your calf? I mean, really? Oh my God. Anyway, this life, all this maturing is getting old. Get it? Anyway. Well, we love having you guys along. We actually have a pallet of jars coming in right now into Bisbee, so we have to run back and meet the trucker and unload. But because it's the holidays and we're selling honey. Oh my God, we're selling honey at the stores. It's really awesome. We're selling honey at the Tombstone store and the Bisbee store. Oh, and of course online. So go to killerbeeguy.com if you want to get some honey. Get it. And we have a 20% off special for the holidays. It's KBG is the code. It's Killer Bee Guy. KBG1, the number 1, and it's 20% off. Yay. And so go get some honey. But we love having you guys along. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and sign off and go get those jars. So love you guys. We will see you on our next big adventure. It could be in 5 minutes.
That's good. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thanks for joining. Okay, we'll say hi to Hosh. We'll say bye to Hosh. Bye, Hosh.